Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for our live stream. I'm Sabine Krammel, and I'm a customer success manager at devmate. And before joining our startup, I didn't know that the unit testing world was such a difficult task and a hassle to do. But we at devmate aim to help you create better code every day. In the upcoming 30 minutes, we will show you a short introduction to devmate and also a live presentation. After the whole presentation, we will answer your questions that you have left us in the comment section during the presentation. So let's start. Our teams aims to revolutionize the unit testing world. We want you to increase your quality and efficiency during your software development project with devmate. And you will realize you will notice huge savings in time and therefore effort and costs in your development. But I know what you're really waiting for is to see devmate in action. That's why I will hand over now to our product manager, David Teil, who will show you two examples with devmate. And I suggest to all viewers to switch to the full screen mode to get the best experience.
Yes, thanks for having us and joining us here today to our live stream. I'm very happy to present you our newest feature and give you some overview about devmate. So let's start. So today's topic is AI-powered black box testing. And first of all, I would like to introduce myself. As I said, I'm David. I'm the product manager here at devmate. Here at Automated Software Testing, and I'm responsible for the feature roadmap planning and also closely collaborating with our technical engineering team. And as well, I do the webinars, talks, and product presentations. So, to my background, I'm graduated software engineer, and I also worked several years as software engineer. And for the past 5 years, I was responsible for 36 software developers as head of software engineering. So I really know the pain of unit testing and also the pain of delivering high quality software. And so that's why I just switched to devmate and would like to make a difference in unit testing. So, but first of all, let's start and make an introduction what devmate is. So devmate is an easy to use test code generation tool for C#. Java is at the moment in development, and we are fully integrated in Visual Studio as a Visual Studio extension. And with devmate, you can model your test cases with an easy to use model editor, focus on requirements and as well on black box testing, and generate highly quality test code for frameworks such as NUnit, XUnit, or MS-Test. In today's example, I would first like to give you a really simple example, an ad example, to show you the basic functionalities of devmate, how devmate is used, how you parse, model, and generate code. And in the second example, I will show you our brand new AI feature. So this is gonna be very awesome. devmate is going to learn from every test case you model and every test code you generate, and is learning your testing habits and testing behavior, and recommends you valid and useful input data, which also increases your testing speed and reduces your work dramatically. But let's start. Let's get our hands dirty And let's switch to Visual Studio. So as you can see, I just switched in Visual Studio and I already installed devmate. So up here under extensions, you can download devmate with the extensions manager. And if you have installed it, you can see that there are some useful links to documentations and introduction videos. In the first example, I would like to show you an easy add example. So let's develop a short add function or add method. It returns int as well and receives a and b. A plus b. So to test this method, you just right-click somewhere in the method and click Test with devmate. And devmate is then parsing the input values and expected output values, as well as the class which is nested in. In this case, it's a static function, so no class, no mother class or parent class. And now devmate asks me where to save the test model file. The test model file is the file where you save all the input data, the equivalence classes and representatives, and the expected output values as well. So just select the test project you already created. In this case, I already created one, and just click Save. So devmate opens a really easy to understand and useful, easy model editor. And on the left side, you have your input values. So the input value A and B, and as well as valid and invalid equivalence classes. And you now have to look for input data to test your test cases with. In this case, I just add some numbers, 3, 5, 2, and in this case, I don't know, 4, 3, 5. And now you have the opportunity to manually create test cases by clicking the add test case button and select which kind of input data you want, and then you have to think about what expected result you would like to expect. So in this case, I take 2 and 3, and 2 plus 3 is 5, so it's 5. But you can also have devmate to create these tests for you. So I will remove this again and just generate test cases. And devmate combines your test model in the best possible way. And all you have to do now is just set the expected results. So in this case, 7, 10, 7 again, and 5. Once you finished your model, you only have to generate your test code. So you can select between different kind of test frameworks, XUnit, NUnit, or MSTest. In this case, I will stick to NUnit and just click Generate Test Code. devmate asks you as well where to save your test file, so your test code. I also select the test project I just created before and click Save. And that's the code devmate generated for you. And now everything you have to do is just build your solution again. Your test cases pop up at the test runner, test explorer, and just run the test cases. And hopefully I didn't make a mistake and it works. So every test passed. I'm very happy. So this is the basic principle of how to use devmate. The next example, I would like you to imagine that I was working on a project for several months or weeks, and devmate just observed my test behavior. It was learning from every test case I made, and finally, I would like to test this test method. So we are in the class appointment checker, and this class gets my current business calendar via the constructor. And this method just checks if a new meeting I am receiving has space in my calendar or if there is any scheduling conflict. So if there is space, it will return true. If there is no space, if there is a scheduling conflict, it will return false. And this is what I would like to test now. So I just right click somewhere in the test method and also select test with devmate again. Now devmate is parsing the input values. I just explained you the input values, but is also looking inside its database from its learned data from previous test cases if there are some similarities and if it can use these similarities to create my test model. So I just have to save the test model again, demo, and select the test project again and just click save. And as you can see, devmate already found some good matching similar input data and also created me several test cases. In this case, there are 7 test cases for me to use. So let's have a look about this input data. devmate found some very useful business calendars I can use, valid and invalid business calendars. This invalid business calendar has some meetings within which are not valid. For example, a meeting with no duration, yeah, or a meeting which goes backwards in time. So the start date is after the end date, for example. And for the meetings, the user can put into this method. There are also valid and invalid meetings I can use. And for example, this one goes backwards in time. It starts at 1:30 p.m. and ends at 1 p.m. So it goes backwards in time. Oh, different in the other way around. So it starts at 1:30 p.m. and ends at 1 p.m. So backwards in time. And this one starts at 1 p.m. and ends at 1 p.m. So there is no duration. It's just an event, not an actual meeting. And as you can see, devmate already combined me different test cases. And now all I have to do again is to think about what result I would like to expect. And in this case, my business calendar is very full. So there is very less space. Only the lunch break is available for new meetings. I'm a very sad product owner or product manager. I have a lot of meetings and no leisure time. So I know that this one is during my lunch break, so this one should return true. And this one is also in my lunch break, so from 12 to 1 p.m. So it should also be true. And this one, for example, is in the morning, so there should be a conflict and there should also be a conflict. And for all invalid input, I would expect my method to raise an exception. And so I just say I would like to raise an exception. I expect an exception. You can also select from different kind of exceptions. In this case, I just raise normal exceptions. And that's all I had to do. So as you can see, in the blink of an eye, I really created 7 very useful test cases and very useful tests. And now everything I have to do is just select the right unit test framework. In this case, I stick to an unit and just generate my test code. You have to select the test project again, but that's the default. I will take this and just click save. And now different kind of test cases were generated, and just rebuild your solution. The new test cases pop up in the test explorer, and you only have to run them. And very good, everything passed. So I just made 7 useful test cases, and I will show you that it breaks when something is changed. So for example, if I just cut this out. So this is my method I would like to test. Some tests should now fail. And as you can see, all negative tests fail, so they are missing the exceptions. Yeah, so awesome. devmate saved me a lot of time. So to summarize the live demonstration, devmate is a fully integrated extension in Visual Studio. It parses your code. It supports a very easy to use, useful model editor, which is AI powered. So you have AI support, and the AI just recommends you the best data you can imagine. And the code is generated automatically, and it generates a lot of test cases. So 8 test cases for such a small method. And the best part, it's very fun to use and it prevents bugs. So to summarize, or the benefits, you can save up to 75% and increase your efficiency by 25% because you need less time in writing code, in writing test code, and focus on new functionality. So manual work is reduced dramatically, and the best part, it's an easy to consume software as a service license. It's very cheap. If you just prevent one bug or save 1 hour per month, devmate is cheaper than that. So, or this is more expensive than the license of devmate. So we help developers to focus on their creativity by automatically generating unit tests. And now back to you, Sabine.
Thank you, David, for the detailed presentation and demonstration
Welcome.
of the power of devmate and how fun it is to use it. We will switch now to the Q&A and answer your question you have sent us in the comment section. I will switch you to full screen mode again so we can see what you're explaining us. So the first question is it possible to add handwritten codes to the generated tests?
Great question. Thank you for asking. Yes, of course it is. So as you can see, this code is normal C# code. So everyone can understand, read, and manipulate it. And you can also add functionality there. So you can alter the assert statement, for example, or make some if statements, or you can also add your own test cases. So there's no problem to alter this, and devmate merges the changes from the model into the code. So if you had changes in the code, devmate sees that there are changes and just merges the changes from the model into the changes of the code. So hope that will answer this.
Okay, the next question is, could you show us some generated XUnit code?
Yeah, of course, I can. So that's not just working for NUnit. So you just switch to the XUnit framework, for example, in this case, and click generate XUnit code. So the button text also changes. And now you have to select a different place because a different project, because this test project is an NUnit test project. You have to create your own XUnit test project with the dependencies, the right dependencies. In this case, I prepared one, and I just save the new test code in this project. So just save. And as you can see, I have some problems with my namespace because I've generated it before. So, but as you can see, it works, and you have to compile it again. And there are the new test cases just generated at the moment. It just builds. So, and then you have to just run it. And it passes. So yeah, passed. So there are my 4 positive tests and my 3 exceptions I would like to expect.
Okay, and I think the last question probably is it possible to use devmate in your continuous integration pipeline?
Yeah, of course. So the code we are generating is normal test code, so normal NUnit or XUnit test code, and it should integrate totally fine with your continuous integration. So you can just run your test code in after every build on your server, or you can also check your files into Git if you like, because it's just normal C# code. So no problem there.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes, there's another question. What are the upcoming features that are planned?
Good, yeah. So the roadmap. The next part we are working on at the moment, we are working on the Java version as well. And for there are some kind of AI features which are upcoming to let's see, to calculate, for example, the expected results. So that are the big features which will come next.
Okay, the next question is about the figures of the test parameters. How does the AI figure the test parameters?
Yeah, good. I just missed this point. So um, I will switch to the demo model again. As you can see on the left side, this is the data the AI recommended me. And as you can see here, there is a small light bump. And devmate is looking through its stored data, what kind of similarities there are. So for example, we are looking at the moment, we are looking for meeting to check, which is a meeting appointment and an object of meeting appointment. And if there are some similar parameters in different other already generated test cases, and of course there are, and there are the similarities, and devmate recommends you the best match, and in this case it's this one. And for each class, for each similarity class on the left side, there are also different kind of equivalence class partitionings on the right side. So as you see, there is a list, and I can also change it. So I can say, no, this one is not the best, I think, but this one, and I can select it and click select and build my new model with this data. And it's normally devmate uses the one with the best score, yeah, and this with the best score and the best match for your model, but you can also select different kind of equivalence class partitionings if you like to. So that's how the that's how the AI part works, or the recommendation part works in this case. Very good question, thank you. Hope that
Uh,
answers it.
I'm pretty sure it answered it. I think we're done with the questions. So thank you everybody for joining us today and for staying with us the last couple of minutes. And we are already looking forward to see you in the next live stream. And I want to say a quick reminder that the devmate can download it below in the comment section. You can either download it directly from the Visual Studio Marketplace or from our website. And feel free to contact us for if you have any questions that you were not able to ask us, or if you have any feedback for us. We are really happy to answer everything. You can send us emails or contact us through our social media channels. And I hope you either had such a nice day as we had today in Austria. It was a really nice spring day, and or you have it in your ahead of you. Maybe it's morning wherever you are. And yeah, thank you so much, and bye. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.